All right, man. Let's talk about Pistons' new trade strategy is going around that they're no longer going to uh, be garbage men at the trade deadline. As far as taking on bad contracts to help facilitate a Zach LaVine to Denver, or to help a team, that needs another big star and take on salary so that can happen for assets and draft picks. And a lot of us was basically saying, like, what's the point of, for the most part, taking on draft picks, you know what I'm saying, when your team is very young, but draft picks allow you to really maneuver and do some things um as well. So now it's being said that they are might be more interested in adding talent than draft picks. And I think if you want to know why, let's read this article and then I'll tell you why. It's pretty much simple and sweet. Um, so thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit the link tree. Need to get in touch with me. X is the fastest way than Facebook and Instagram. All my information inside that link in the description. On this the link tree. NBA trade rumors. Pistons might. Shout out to DetroitBadBoys.com. Pistons might be more interested in adding talent, not draft picks at the trade deadline. Detroit Pistons are 19-19 and winners, and this was wrote the 10th. So I believe they're now 20-19 because they lost to the Golden State Warriors and they beat the Toronto Raptors, and Cade, put on the show. Remember they were saying Scotty Barnes was better, but nonetheless, they are 20-19 as we speak. So they have not just rebounded from the franchise's worst 14 win season. They're firmly in the mix for the play-in and playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Fuck the play-in. We're going for the playoffs. So the team has also $14 million available cap space and is the only NBA team that is officially under the cap with less than a month to go before the trade deadline. New president Trajan Langdon has talked openly about strategy built around using cap space as leverage to obtain additional assets for the team, looking to avoid various tax penalties and roster building restrictions in the new apron of the NBA. Well, the thing about it is they changed the luxury tax luxury tax threshold, which is more expensive thanks to Kevin Durant. But with his team exceeding, that's in Durant, the Golden State, his team exceeding expectations, are rumbling the Pistons might pivot their strategy. Do I believe that? Not really, but I believe it. I would believe it. I don't know why he doesn't believe it. I'd believe it, but I'm going to tell you why. Brian Windhorst and Tim Bontemps, I don't know who that is. I know who Windhorst is. Wrote up the latest intel around the NBA and featured the Pistons. They know the teams around the NBA have penciled the Pistons as a parking spot for bad money in exchange for draft picks as they put together the respective strategies to trade deadline. Insert appropriate Bradley Beal joke. However, crediting the team source, they write the Pistons are adjusting their thinking and may be more judicious with their valuable cap space as they are considered their own roster upgrades flexibility next season. Okay, so earlier I said I didn't believe latest runner, but perhaps more accurately, I'm not sure that the Pistons were ever as interested in adding complete useless players as many might believe. So I don't really think it was useless players. I think it was more about getting trade pick capital, draft pick assets. That's what I think. So in the offseason, there were consternations when the Pistons rented out their cap space to the Mavs for the marginal return to take on Tim Hardaway. Instead, critics said, look at the deal with the Hornets when Reggie Jackson. We saw the Charlotte Hornets collect 3 second-round picks. The truth of the matter is Hardaway Jr. is better than Jackson at this stage of their respective careers, and okay, I don't really care about the rest of it. So for the most part, this is what it is. I think maybe they didn't expect to be this good this soon. I think that is a fact. And I think I've always said they had the talent to be a play-in. They just didn't have a coach. Dwayne Casey, he just wasn't the proper coach for the team. Monty Williams, he wasn't that guy at all. And we knew that. This didn't care. He told us he came for the bag, and I appreciated it. The clarity. So we ain't have to wonder about it or nothing. So I appreciated the clarity on that. So, but yeah, I believe it because now, you kind of got a better idea and it's unfolded a lot faster than people knew it was going to unfold for the Pistons. It unfolded very, very fast. And what happened was, you know, you were seeing that the original guy that was running the show and Troy Weaver and Monty Williams, they wasn't no good. They wasn't no good. So now you looking and saying, okay, we got a little structure. We got the right guy here. You know, he ain't even really been able to implement half of what he really want to implement to the full extent. Hey, it was, just, bad regime. Front office head coaching staff was not on the same page. So now you kind of get up in there and you start having that conversation and talking. Hey man, we know exactly what we got. Maybe we acquired Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley to sell them at the trade deadline and get something back. Now they seem to be good fits to be Detroit Pistons. Now they seem to be good fits to be Pistons. So, like I said, yeah, made them out, make a lot of sense. And now we can add pieces that we actually need. So we got to get rid of, Tim Hardaway or a piece that we may, necessarily like. Now we can bring somebody we really want in. Now we can bring in pieces that that's going to help us win. Now that we kind of know what we got, now we really can move accordingly. I see where I will need to be fit around Cade. I see what we need to do. And, really they can sit there and they can stay put. They literally could sit there and stay put. And just, hey, just let it rock out. But yeah, I think from my humble opinion on it, looking at it, I think that I really think that, if you can get a good guy that you really, really like out there, go for it. Real talk. Go for it. So now now you got an idea of what you need. So yeah, I mean, I think it's smart. Maybe you remember, JB Bickerstaff said in his opening press conference and introductory press conference that by February you're gonna look at the Pistons and the hope is you're gonna sit there and say, well, that's what Detroit Piston basketball is. Well, February came a little early. So I mean, came a little early. So I mean, like I said before, it make a lot of sense if they stay packed, if they trade assets for additional for picks, they could do anything right now. But I don't think they're going to mess up the natural chemistry of this team. I just don't think it's no rush. Boston and Cleveland, especially Boston, is reigning supreme, over this conference. So, but me personally, if you like a player that fit, you can get them on the cheap right now. It's a few guys you can get on the cheap on the trade deadline. You go do it. You go do it. Because you don't know if you're going to have an opportunity to get those guys later. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.